Hey everyone, welcome back to the third floor for our second upload of the day. In this episode, we're going to be taking a look at the breaking news that Marvel just dropped on Instagram. But before we get started, please remember to like and subscribe. We're on the road to 1,000 subs and we appreciate your help. Without further ado, let's get into it. Well guys, it's official. After months of speculation and many supposed leaks, the cast of the new Fantastic Four movie has finally been revealed. Here are the castings. Pedro Pascal will be playing the leading role of Reed Richards. Vanessa Kirby will play Sue Storm. Ebon Moss-Bachrach, I know I'm saying that wrong and I apologize, will be playing The Thing, and Joseph Quinn will play the Human Torch. You know, I don't want to give too much away on what I think about these castings right now, because I plan on making a longer, more detailed video about it later, but I will say this. These casting choices are definitely a bit odd. I mean, they're all great actors, but I'm not sure how they fit these particular roles. But like I said, more on that later. But now that we officially know who will be portraying these iconic characters, I feel like I have more questions than I do answers. My first being this. Why are they being portrayed by older actors? I mean, the youngest of these four is 30, and the rest are quite a bit older than that. And if they're that much older, how are they going to be introduced to us, the viewers? Are we going to be getting another Fantastic Four origin story, or are they going to be shown to us as an already formed team? Which leads me to another question. When are they going to be introduced? Could we see them in Deadpool 3? Or maybe a small cameo in another MCU movie in the future? Or are we going to have to wait until Fantastic Four officially drops on July 25th, 2025? I personally think that they should be introduced in a cameo appearance in an earlier MCU film. The last thing the fans want is another Fantastic Four movie that serves as an origin story. But the way the team is formed and who they are before they get their powers is super important to their characters. So I think Marvel should pick one film, give these characters a cameo, and show us how they become the Fantastic Four, and then give them time to be that team in their own standalone movie. This way, we get a chance to actually see them in action and get to know them better, rather than spending a ton of time learning about how they got their powers and where they came from and so on. Another big question that hasn't been answered is who is going to be the main villain for this group? Doctor Doom? Galactus? Or whoever replaces Kang the Conqueror? I would personally love to see Doctor Doom back in the MCU. Now, based off the casting so far, I'd be a little afraid to see who they're going to choose to play him, but regardless, he is a super interesting character and I think he deserves another shot. And then my last question is this. How big of a role are the Fantastic Four going to have in the MCU? I've personally read that they could be the main driving force for the next few phases. You know, they could be the group that leads the fight against Galactus. But with that being said, I don't know how feasible it is to see this smaller group replace the Avengers as the head of the MCU. But all things considered, it could be a smart move. With the current batch of Avengers not performing as well as their older counterparts, Marvel could look to mix things up and have them take a back seat to the Fantastic Four. In general, I kind of have a weird feeling about this movie. You know, the actors aren't who I would have chosen, but they're also not bad choices by any means. They're all super talented. And I also feel like there's just so much we don't know about how they're going to be used in the MCU. I guess I would describe my feelings towards this movie as cautious enthusiasm. I would love this movie to be great. I've always enjoyed the Fantastic Four. But I wouldn't be shocked if it was bad based on Marvel's recent track record. Well guys, that's the end of our very brief video about the Fantastic Four castings. I hope you enjoyed my quick thoughts on this breaking news. If you want to hear my full thoughts on these castings, as well as how I would write them into the MCU, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out. Thanks again so much for watching guys, and we'll catch you next time on the third floor.